right, we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When you look at this defense, this unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass, because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, right?
Operating from the gun, Miller. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Come on, come on.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Young Lion, moving like thieves.
Off-play action. Miller. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
At the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go! Get up! Pick up!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, so that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flores. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
60 vices, 60 vices.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Mustang 19, Cowboy 8.
Operating from the gun. Miller. Touchdown! From 21 yards away. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Okay,
the
ready?
offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
10 brings up 3rd and
1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And now an audible here into something else.
Viking 18. Let go.
Off the play fake. Felton. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
26.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Check smash, check smash. Let's go now. Let's go. 19, Warriors 17. Ready, ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Felton. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ready.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Trap 60, trap 60. 60 by 50.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
Let's go.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew. And a loose football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 4. This is caught. It's Floyd. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Hey, check that. Here we go, go.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Buffalo 18. Candy Lions. Panther Street.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4.
Come on.
This out quickly to Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Come back to you. Trap all 80. Trap 60. Trap 60. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 18 Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Back to throw again. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. And CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, first down. Back to throw. Miller. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Looking to throw. Miller. And his throw is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And it'll run on the inside handoff. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Here is 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Miller. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Operating from the gun, Miller. He finds his man, complete. It's Buchanan. So the drive will continue after the conversion on fourth. They'll work from the 20 on first down. Operating from the gun, Miller. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Hey! Cowboy 80!
Touchdown! A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's go now.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And that is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And they're on the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Looking to put a drive together.
Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Felton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 74 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
24-yard gain.
This is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Hey, smash! Tap the 60! Tap the 60!
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Cut 19! Ready?
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Looking to throw. Miller. He finds his man. Complete. That's Buchanan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Check! Alert! Hurt! Hawk 70! Hawk 70! Ready?
Off play action. Miller. And it's caught. Touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown. Great effort there with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Come on. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Back to throw. Miller. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 4.
Hey, check, here we go. Flash, 19 Lions. Dragon 60. Third.
Looking to throw. Miller. Now he's going to step up and run. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, ready?
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Pass the 60.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Boy, he's got 2 already, nearly a 3rd, but not to be, and it's 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Here's Jackson to return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
70 Timberwolves.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Now inside the 25. And touchdown. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Cowboy 80. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Dragon 60. Bronco 80. Go street.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Cougar 19. Go.
Back to throw. Miller. Over the middle, complete. That's Walton. 2nd and 6 from the 10.
2nd and 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Cougar 19.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Bronco 80. Let go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down to about the 22 here. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Felton. He's got his target. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go. Shot.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, we'll likely put an end to this thing.
He's going
to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense